Well, it's been a long weekend for the Norfolk Tides, and I was at Harbor Park earlier to catch you up on their latest series. The game was significant for a couple of reasons. Not only is it the 30th anniversary of the Bud Metheny complex, this is what the star quarterback says of his expectations for the upcoming season. The hopes and dreams of many, but those dreams aren't limited to those watching. It's those on the field. 20th annual North American Sand Soccer Tournament, and I was down at the beach earlier today for the Pro-Am Championship game. Well, we're here at the field at Redskins training camp, and as you can see, we've got a slight rain delay. Well, exciting news out of Monarch Nation this week. Former women's basketball player Tia Lewis. We're here with Charlotte, who's here for the first annual Bark in the Park, and you see she's excited as Old Dominion is coupling with the SPCA to promote not only community service but pet adoption. What does it mean to enter into what has been Blaine Taylor's team for so long? Now Wesleyan is coming off a loss to Randolph-Macon in the ODAC Championship, but looking to turn their luck around tonight. Well, that's your weekend wrap-up. I'm Kelsey Summer, and I'll see you back here next Sunday. Now, there are two teams competing, one of which was a locally based team, which means victory could be that much sweeter. When you think baseball, the big leagues are where everyone wants to be. And I was at Harbor Park. We're here at Harbor Park where the Norfolk Tides hosted Louisville this weekend. But it seems like this weekend the Tides just couldn't find their rhythm. Now entering tonight's matchup, these two teams were tied in the regular season. Baseball, an American pastime representing the hopes and dreams of many. But those dreams aren't limited to those watching. It's those on the field that have goals as well. And at Harbor Park, there's one sentiment that rings louder than all others.
I only have one goal on my mind, and that's get to the big leagues. Obviously, as a team, you want to win.
I think everybody's objective is, to get to the major leagues or get back to the major leagues.
But there's only one league, and every one of these guys wants to get to it, and that's the big leagues.
But how are the minors a beneficial platform for reaching that next level?
It'll separate the men from the boys. It's a tough lifestyle, especially guys that are older, have families. It's tough, but it's like that for a reason, so they can weed out, guys that really want it.
Minor leagues is where you build and learn how to play the game.
Now, playing in the minors doesn't guarantee a ticket to the big leagues, though. It comes down to having the talent and maybe a little luck.
You just got to know, what your flaw is, because everybody's here for a reason, whether it's, they're working on something or, it's a numbers thing up in the big leagues. So you got to just focus on, playing to the best of your ability and, playing to win. And, when the time is right, the time is right.
Just like anything, you just got to keep doing what's got you here. It's just a process, and there's a lot of luck involved. Obviously, something has to happen at the big league level, and a lot of times that doesn't happen. When you want it to, or at all at sometimes. And interesting enough, there's a specific something that all these guys are trying to improve on while in Norfolk. Staying consistent.
I'm working on, being consistent.
The biggest thing for me is try to be more consistent.
It's such a long season. It's like no other sport. You play every single day, day in, day out. Consistency is the key. It's about making those ups last as long as they can and making those downs last as short as possible, and that all comes back to just being a consistent player and having consistent at-bats, innings, whatever it may be.
Having a consistent approach and kind of being more of a competitor, consistently.
They come here every day and they do their work and they go out and they play the games and they keep themselves ready and they put up numbers, and then when the big clubs comes calling, they want to be that guy. They want to make themselves that guy that when they look down there and say, this guy's playing really well, he can come up and help us up here right now.
And where talent lies, so do dreams and expectations.
In years to come, hopefully, a Cy Young underneath my belt, Cy Young award under my belt, hopefully a couple, rings on my finger, and, probably the biggest thing is just to be healthy. I hope that I'm healthy and, that I continue to kind of grow as a person, both on and off the field.
At Harbor Park, Kelsey Summer, News Channel 3. Well, when you think spring, you may not think football, but for Monarch Nation, it doesn't matter what season it is. And today, the fans came out to show their support for ODU's inter-squad spring football game. And before the game, fans gathered outside the stadium to listen to some live music, eat some good food, and of course, pump themselves up for some Monarch football. These fans are excited to be coming off a successful season and hoping the momentum continues into the fall. Add to that a move to the Football Bowl division, and Monarch Nation is fired up
Being a fan is
it's fun.
with the tailgating and just getting to see all the alumni that we haven't seen in many
The
years.
camaraderie that is here at ODU is tremendously awesome.
Oh, last season was absolutely incredible. Although we went too deep into the postseason, it's still exciting because just to watch this team grow from absolutely nothing to where they went last year and where they continue to go, it's absolutely incredible.
When I was watching ODU football, I was thinking, I wonder how long it's going to be before they finally go to FBS. And I'm so excited that it's happened this fast and we're already there.
It may have been an inter-squad game, but that didn't keep the guys from getting physical out on the field. That's Larry Pinkard with the ball, and I don't think he saw that hit coming. But it looks like number 18, Javon Neal, was a little more jacked about that hit than Pinkard. But don't worry, Pinkard's up and ready for the next play. And of course, you know who that is with the ball, Taylor Heineke. He connects with Blair Roberts in the end zone. That's the first TD, and it's going to the blue team. But these two teams are pretty evenly matched. Remember that hit from earlier? Well, blue had an answer. They weren't going to be outdone. Connor Martin with the ball, but before he knows it, Paul Morant makes some contact, and yep, he's down. And Colin McElroy gets the snap. He looks for an opening, but you know what? He's going to take it himself. That's a touchdown for White, but in the end, it was blue who took it 13-10. And with the move to the FBS, the team is fired up for some physical and talented guys out on the field.
It's going to be a more physical defense, and you can definitely see it this past spring. And you see John Dar going out there killing guys every Saturday on the scrimmage. So our defense is really excited right now.
We're going to recruit FBS players, so that the competition level is going to increase. And I've seen it this spring. We've improved as a football team through that competition.
For News Channel 3, I'm Kelsey Summer. Now we're here at Grassfield High School for the Jasmine Foreman Memorial Softball Tournament. And before Grassfield and Currituck could take the field for their game, there was a special pregame ceremony honoring Jasmine's memory. All the teams playing in the tournament circled the infield as Jasmine's parents and former teammates entered at home plate. Last year, Grassfield's head coach Leroy Bond presented Jasmine's #1 jersey to both Mr. and Mrs. Foreman. And this year, the jersey was retired and presented to Grassfield principal Carolyn Bernard.
She came to Grassfield High School as a student, participated in many activities, but softball was her true love. And watching her play was just a joy.
And all the money raised from the tournament will go towards a scholarship given to a senior in Jasmine's name. And then it was time to play ball. That's Danielle Matkins up to bat, and she swings through, and that ball is gone. That's a home run for Grassfield as they go up 2-1 over Currituck. And Grizzlies pitcher Alyssa Brink was on her game today. That's 1, 2, 3 strikes, and that batter is out. And with another strikeout and a fly caught, that's 3 up, 3 down to end the inning. And then Currituck up to bat, and that bunt brings home Rachel Leary to tie the score up for a final score of 2-all. But no matter the score, the person at the forefront of everyone's mind was their former teammate and friend.
She was a great person. She was always happy, always picking us up. Her smile was infectious, and she was just a lot of fun to be around.
She was always really bubbly, and she never talked bad about anyone, and she always came out here with a good attitude to play.
Being the person she had an effect on anybody she met. If you met her once, it was a joy to see her again.
Jazz was one of a kind. She was so special to everyone. She was an awesome teammate and captain. She led the team. She picked everybody up when they were down. She was overall one of the best people ever.
For News Channel 3, I'm Kelsey Summer. Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekend wrap-up. I'm Kelsey Summer. As you probably know, the Old Dominion Monarchs are coming off a less than successful season this year. They've hired a new head coach in Jeff Jones, and I sat down with him this week for an exclusive interview and asked him what does it mean to enter into what has been Blaine Taylor's team for so long.
I think rather than his or mine, it's ODU's team. And more than anything, it's the young men on the basketball team. It's their team. I'm the guy trying to guide the ship, so to speak.
As a coach entering a program with a losing season, just how does he address expectations of immediate success?
Well, I think the big thing is to not worry too much about the outside expectations. I'd much rather have a fan base that had lofty expectations than had no expectations at all. So I love the passion that the ODU fans bring to the party. But at the same time, as the coach, I've got to make sure that we're making progress and not worrying too much about those expectations, but that we're doing all the things that we need to do to improve and become the team that we're capable of being.
And with the task of rebuilding a program comes the inevitable.
Hard work. I mean, I think that's kind of the answer for everything is making sure that we're approaching each day as an opportunity to get better. And that doesn't start in the fall, that starts right now.
And even after coming off of last year's season, Jeff Jones is nothing but encouraged by the potential of the young men on his team.
It's always the coach that gets the blame, but it should be the players that get the credit. And our guys are working hard, and I think they're really excited about the year. So I look at this as being their team, and they're the ones that are going to have to step up and have some great leadership and be able to kind of turn things around.
But besides the hard work, there's one factor no team can survive without. And for a program trying to get back on its feet, it's the one factor Jeff Jones refuses to ignore.
Recruiting is the lifeblood of any program. It doesn't matter how good you are, or in some cases how bad you are as a coach. You've got to have good players, and so that's going to be obviously a main focus of ours. We want to coach up the players that we have, but we want to continue hitting that recruiting trail really hard to try to add to the talent level here, and hopefully in short order get Old Dominion basketball back where everybody kind of expects.
Well, the Tides are away this week up north, taking on Buffalo Monday through Thursday, and it seems the luck was with the visiting team. And on Monday, Travis Ishikawa, he showed up to the plate. The first baseman homers in the second to put Norfolk ahead 2-1. But can he do it again? Well, check it out. He connects with the pitch, and yep, guys, that ball's gone. It's over the fence to go up 3-1. Add a few homers by Jason Pretty and Luis Jimenez. This game went to Norfolk 8-3. And well, the Tides, they took the loss on Tuesday, but they were back at it on Wednesday. That's Pretty at the plate. I think we're seeing a trend up in Buffalo. That one's over the fence too, and it wouldn't be the only one during the game. Danny Valencia, he snags one for himself. Tides go on to win 8-4. They weren't stopping with the homers, guys. The series on Thursday, the Tides did it again. They snagged a couple more homers by Romero and Jonathan Shoup. They clinch it 7-3. And the Tides were on the road to Syracuse for their next series. They took the loss on Friday 7-3, but they bounced back on Sunday 3-2. Remember all those runs from their series in Buffalo? Well, that team was back today. They snagged a few homers from guys like Pretty and Valencia. They clinch it 14-1 with a total of 20 hits. And keeping with the baseball trend, we're talking about a little same city rivalry this week as ODU and Norfolk State battled it out Friday and Saturday. And you can see some little leaguers were out cheering at the game at the Bud Metheny complex on Friday. It was Norfolk State. They got on the board first with one, but after that, this game belonged to the Monarchs. That's Michael Perez up to the plate. He makes contact, and that ball is out of here over the fence, folks. That's a homer for the sophomore. You know what? That wasn't his last one. Perez up to the plate again, and yep, it's another home run for the Monarchs to go up 2-1 for Norfolk State. Then Connor Myers at bat. Check this out. He bunts, but the ball gets past the first baseman. He keeps going. Then Josh Eldridge at the plate. He gets a double, sending Ben Verlander home with the RBI to go up 3-2 over Norfolk State. Josh Burney, he's up at the plate next. He's going to make contact. That's another ball over the fence, another Monarch home run. The team went on to defeat Norfolk State Spartans 8-3 in the first of a two-game series. And with the win going to the Monarchs on Friday, on Saturday, the Spartans were ready for a little different outcome. Saturday's game took place at Marty Miller Field, and heading to the bottom of the seventh, Norfolk State was behind 2-0. But after 4 hits and 3 Monarch errors, the Spartans clinched 3 runs to go up 3-2. Then in the 8th inning, it was Zach Markell. He's going to single to send Justin Lee home. They go up 4-2, and that's where the score would stay. Reliever Ray Morton retires the last 4 Monarchs to clinch his 5th save of the year. Well, it was a huge day for Hampton University softball down in Florida yesterday. That's right, the team was competing in the MEAC Championship, and it seems they definitely have reason to celebrate. The team won the 2013 Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Tournament Championship yesterday at the Ormond Beach Sports Complex after splitting 2 games with Norfolk State. This is their first title since 1996. After beating the Lady Spartans in the second game, Hampton won their 15th game in their last 18 tries, finishing with a 34-24 record. Head coach Trey Napio was named the tournament's most outstanding coach. Well, that's your weekend wrap-up. I'm Kelsey Summer, and I'll see you back here next Sunday.